Well, YouTube, what an amazing thing. I just caught the hive swarming. Just after I made that video, they just went into this frenzy. There she is. Look at them chasing her. They're saying, lady, we got to get outside. So here they are. They're coming back. They may try again immediately, but for the time being, they're fanning. They're basically saying, Mom's still in here. Hey YouTube, it's Chuck. Good morning. Well, this is another observation hive lesson, and primarily because things are starting to happen. I hadn't put an observation hive video up in a while because it was just kind of growing, but I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of the camera and maybe scoot the camera up a little bit and talk to you a little bit about what I'm seeing here. What we have in the observation hive is a crowding situation. I let this hive naturally swarm if it's going to swarm, and from the looks of it, it is getting ready, and we have some evidence of that. Basically, we got brood, their food. I do have a feeder on top to keep feeding them, but this is what you would call an overcrowding situation. If this is going on inside of your hives, your bees are going to swarm. But here, we get to watch it happen. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it around to the other side and let you see what we have here. And I will talk a little bit about what has happened. So if you've watched each of my observation hive videos, we had a situation back in January where we had just a tiny cluster of bees. And I had to add brood. So in that time frame, I added brood here and on the other side, and it essentially saved the hive through just an explosion of bees that we have here. Now this is completely laid up. So on January 11th, I had this tiny little cluster of bees, and here we are essentially 2 months later, a little less than that, and it is ready to swarm. Now, this hive, here's last year's dates. I had a hatching queen on the 25th, mated on the 30th, and laying on the 4th of April after this hive swarmed last year. There is a red queen in here somewhere. There's so many bees, it's just very difficult to see her. Maybe some of you watching the video will see her while we're talking here. But what I wanted to talk about is the evidence of swarming. What I have found here, even though there's probably more, because this is a 2x3 observation hive, so I cannot see the middle of the two frames here. I have got a capped queen cell right here that I just found, and another cup up here that they're starting to make that is not capped yet. I don't know if there's an egg in there or not, but down here I've got a capped one, and I just marked it capped yesterday. I'm not sure if it was capped exactly yesterday, but you can see they're just starting to put some bridge comb to attach this queen cell to the glass. So we have a overcrowded scenario with a capped queen cell. Don't know if there's more in here or not, but in that scenario, this hive could swarm any day now. And that could be happening to your hives if you're here in Zone 9B with me here in Jacksonville, or anywhere in the surrounding areas or equivalent climates. If you've got an overcrowding scenario, the outside of your hives might have some bearding. They might just not have room in the hive because there's not room inside. If you've got that, more than likely your bees are getting ready to swarm. I did catch my first swarm of the season yesterday, if you saw that video. Initially, I thought it was one of my production hives that I've been working so hard to prevent swarming, but that ended up not being the case. It looked like it was a virgin. I did end up finding the queen at the end of the video. I have not figured out where that swarm came from yet. There is no obvious loss of bees in any of my small mating nucleus or anything else. So maybe it's feral, or maybe it swarmed off of something else. I don't think it swarmed off of this colony, which is what I'm expecting, just based on the numbers of bees. But perhaps it did. It's just, there's no way to know. But capped queen cells, more cups, don't know if there's an egg, but they're making one up in here. And more than likely, we have bees on the inside of the hive here, you know, in between the frames, making more queen cells. You know, when you have foundation and a natural comb, they typically like to put the swarm cells here on the bottom so they have a chance to hang down. But that's what we have here. I just wanted to update you on the observation hive with a new event. We have swarm cells hanging at the bottom, one capped, one uncapped, possibly more in here that I haven't found yet. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a great day, everybody. Well, YouTube, what an amazing thing. I just caught the hive swarming. Just after I made that video, they just went into this frenzy. See them going crazy? They're looking for their way out. They're happening going up here to the light because the light is making them think this is daylight, even though the entrance is down here. So look at this. They are swarming right now in the hive. Oh, and look at that. I didn't even see that cell. These cells were completely covered up. We have more swarm cells. And look, they're going towards the light because of this light up here. They're trying to get out. Can you see them? Look, you cannot imagine how exciting this is. And there they are. They are leaving the hive as we speak. They're up in the oak tree, but this is them just coming out of the entrance. They can't get out of there fast enough. Catching a hive swarm in action. 2nd of March. Caught my first swarm yesterday, and look at this second one coming out right now. They can't get out of there fast enough. Can't even imagine getting this lucky being home to catch this on video for you guys. I don't think you're going to be able to see them up in the sky. We'll see where they land. Last year they landed up in this oak tree. Let me run you back inside. So they're still trying to get out, but look at the population, completely drained out. Nice big huge queen cell right there that's capped that I didn't even see because of all the other bees. Wow, can you just tell the number of bees that are gone? They're still trying to run to the light, but this observation hive is going to have a lot of brood here. 1, 2, more brood up here. 2.5, 3 frames of brood. You see how the bees are just running to the light when I move it around? They're trying to get out. The entrance is down here that you saw them from outside. Swarming hive in action on video. Never get to do this. This is really great. So it looks like they're going to the oak tree. Yep. That little branch right there. It's a little higher than I like. My red queen hopefully is with them. I did not clip her this year. Last year, I had a clipped queen and we had several failed swarms just because she was clipped, and I never found her on the outside of the entrance because I wasn't home. I should be able to get to that swarm probably with some methodology because it's not, I can't climb the tree out of that tip of a branch, but I might be able to get a pole and a barrel up there after they settle down. It's a cloudy day. It's about 75 degrees. And it's right in swarm season, March 2nd. And this hive I did nothing to prevent swarming on. I just let them do their thing. I did add brood in early January, like I said at the beginning of this video. But I never would have imagined catching the swarm in action other than just timing and those queen cells. I think I even told you a little bit earlier, this hive could swarm at any minute. We'll take a look here in a little bit. We'll go back to the entrance. They're still pouring out as fast as they can. They got to leave somebody in there, but typically a swarm leaves with about 60% of the bees, so they're going to have a lot of hatching brood in there. Yep, forming a nice cluster up there. There's a lot of bees in the air too. I better get some more boxes. All right, keep you posted in a few minutes. She's still inside. There she is. Look at them chasing her. They're saying, lady, we got to get outside. She can't find the outside because of the light. I'm going to go ahead and close this up so they can get her out. But there she is right here. She is trying to get out, or they're trying to get her out, and she's got to get all the way down here. So actually, I think the light that I've got on this is actually interfering with her getting out of the hive. This is going to be an interesting thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and close this up to assist her getting out, but I didn't expect that she was going to be in here. Population's completely gone. And they should scurry her out to get in that that swarm up in the oak tree, but right now she's still in the hive. Nice ball of bees up there. getting to be about the size of a volleyball. So YouTube, it's a failed swarm. They're starting to leave that cluster they created up there. And guess why? Mom is still in the hive. Let me show you. There she is. So because she never left the hive, look what they're doing. They're coming back. This is a perfect example of a failed swarm. So maybe my filming of this interfered with her getting down to this entrance because of the light, but accidentally this was a great lesson. Mom is still in here. These other cells have not hatched. They are coming back in a failed swarm. They're gonna try again. I'm just showing you the fact that she's still in here after they created that cluster. They didn't get her out of the hive, so they're coming back. Let me show what it looks like at the entrance. So here they are. They're coming back. They may try again immediately, but for the time being, they're fanning. They're basically saying, Mom's still in here. That fanning is advertising where she is. Cluster spot, and you see the cluster is now breaking up. They were all calm and sitting in that cluster waiting on her. They realized she wasn't there, and now the reverse swarm is happening, or a failed swarm. More than likely, they won't try this again today. They will probably try it again tomorrow morning. I may be wrong, they may try it again later, but that cluster is gonna break down. And because of the fanning at the entrance, you can see, I don't know if you can see all of these bees advertising where to go, but very clearly, this is a return, not an exodus that we saw a few minutes ago. Fascinating. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you guys didn't watch the full sequence of this video, you might not even believe it. You gotta watch the whole thing. Here we are at the end of a failed swarm, and they're trying to pack themselves back into this hive. Lots of fanning going on because the queen is inside, and these bees are just sort of saying, we gotta do this again? In any case, this is what it looks like on the outside. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside as they start to pack themselves back in there. All right, I'm gonna open it up. See, I've got the black on it now. And there we are again, completely packed. And there's the reason. Mama, she's still inside. They're tending to her just like nothing ever happened, and she's basically acting like, where'd you guys go? But in any case, we had a fascinating scenario of observing the hive, noticing the queen cells, the immediate swarm that just happened to happen on this day, failed swarm because the queen didn't leave the hive, and here they are packed back in, probably to try it all over again tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna put this together for you and try to get it out today. Have a great day, everybody.